You deserve to be in joy. I hope you remember that. I know you may not feel all the time so great. I know some days you may feel that life is just not good enough. Maybe you're even used to suffer, which is unfortunately very common. But I just want to tell you that you deserve to live in joy, and there is something in you that knows what I'm saying. You remember some way. There's a way of existing that is joyful, and that is your nature. And you may feel lost. You may feel that you don't know how to get back to that. You may have felt it sometimes there. You remember the feeling of what joy, how it is and how it feels. But you just can't go back to that. Well, you can do a lot of things. But the first thing is to remember that is your birthright. It is your birthright to be joyful, to be in peace. Don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever settle for average suffering. Today, this, that, complaining. Every time you catch yourself complaining, remember, it doesn't have to be like that. You can feel all the time grateful to be where you are, who you are, doing what you're doing. So what happens? Well, your mind gets in the way. It feels like it is just an emotion that you have in your body, but actually, it is caused by your mind's activity. It's a very important point to make. Because you may feel, otherwise your mind is going to tell you that the reason why you feel like this is because of that outside. Because the way your life is. Because you don't have the economical security yet to enjoy your life fully. Or because people do what they want. Maybe you don't feel right with, maybe you don't like yourself so much. Whatever it is, all this spectrum of reasons why you may not feel joyful, all of them are activities in the depths of your mind. It is just that you don't notice them. So they are in the background of your life. They are invisible to you, so you just feel the consequences of that. You just feel bad. You just feel miserable. You just feel apathy, anger, resentment. I really don't know, but you know what it is. You should know very well how you feel in every single moment. And I want to make a video to remember you. Don't settle for less than the joy that you deserve. And if you settle for less than you deserve, then, well, that's okay too, of course. But don't you want to actually explore how good you can feel? How profound your peace and happiness can be? Don't you want to live from there? Because you need certain kind of intention. You need to make a statement with yourself and say, I really want this. Otherwise, your mental habits are going to kick in and you're going to find yourself after some small period of excitement that's going to, I don't know, sit you to meditate or do something you always wanted to do. After a while, people just lose that momentum and they find themselves in the same place they were before, more or less. Maybe worse, maybe a little better, but still not cracking, still not on the other side of the fence. And you may wonder if it's even possible for you. Well, this video is exactly to tell you, remember, it's not that it's possible, it's that it's your nature. The only problem is that there is some idea, some software running in the back of your mind. It's like a hypnosis. You're suffering to any level, you're in hypnosis. Your birthright is joy and peace. And it's okay it's okay if it's not what you experience. Because I say this because many times it gets in the way and it makes you feel even worse about yourself. The fact to know that it is there and you're not living it. It's better to not even, like most people do, they don't even think about perfect happiness, because it's easier to live if you don't have such high standards, right? Yeah, when you feel bad, you can condone yourself a lot more, all your problems and miseries, and it's a lot easier to go along, because knowing that you could be perfectly happy now is too much pressure. But you can see how clearly this is not a solution. What are you saying? You're rejecting the possibility of being permanently happy. What happened? You just got frustrated because you tried before and you didn't make it? And then you're quitting? Are you quitting on your joy? Are you quitting on enjoying your life? Are you quitting on the potential to experience this life as a beautiful dream? I hope you don't. If these words resonate with you, I want you to take action. Because you will ask me, okay, how does it look like? I'm a coach and I've been dealing with a lot of people. And if you ask me, what is the difference between the people who make it and the people who don't make it? Well, for me, it's very clear. The people who are going to make a breakthrough in their lives, they're going to change their life, the way they experience their life, they are ready for it. What is ready? The ready is, yes, imagine the love of your life is going to show in your life and it's going to ask you, well, you want to come with me? And the question is, are you ready to give up your life for something you want more than your life, actually? So it's not sacrifice, really. You're just changing something you're not, well, it's your life. You have to be grateful for it. But of course, this is an analogy. I'm not saying you should quit your life. I'm just making the analogy of an opportunity coming to your life. But you need to take decisions about the way you experience every moment. You need to let go of very profound habits in your mind. You need to understand where the problem is to start with. And the first step is, whenever your mind tells you you don't feel good because of this or that or the other and this, I'm saying, don't do that. You want to be happy? You want to be joyful? Don't do that. Don't take the responsibility out of your hands. I know it feels easier, but you will never get out of it if you put your power, your capacity to enjoy, you put it into condition that if other people are there, if this circumstance, if this and if this, then I be happy. But you know what? That never really happens. Because when that thing happens, something else happens too. And it changes the paradigm again. And your mind feels restless and desperate and create another problem. So don't wait. Don't wait 1 second more. Change your life today. By changing your life, I mean changing your perspective on your life. And yes, you may take decisions. You may change your life in the sense you may realize that you're not in the job that you want to be. You may realize that you want something. That's okay. That's a change, but that's an external part of what's happening. So please do anything you feel inspired to do, but still consider that a consequence of a more profound change in your perspective. That's what I'm suggesting you right now, right here. Not going out and changing your life. I'm suggesting you just change the way you see the world. And you ask me, how you do that? And that, I would love to have an instant hack for that. There is an instant hack. but what you probably see in non-dual teachings all the time. But does it really work? Because I tell you, basically non-duality is a very simple pointer, like you're already perfect, everything is already, but you have to do it all the time, all day. It is a sadhana. Sadhana means a practice, like a commitment of 24/7, like any other one, like going to practice Buddhist meditation. Honestly, it just doesn't matter which path you take. It just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is if you're ready for it. Because if you're ready for it, this video can change your life. And I don't mean the external part of it. I'm talking about your perspective about your own life. And that point is you, not only that you deserve, you are the happiness you're looking for. So it's not about creating, it's not about changing. That's our knee reflex of our own mind, like, something wrong, I feel wrong, so I need to change something, I need to change myself, I need to fix and all this. And that feels wrong, right? That feels like you're again separated from experiencing happiness right now. It feels like in the future. So the first thing, there has to be a deep, profound change in your perspective. And that will make your mind behave differently. So it's not that you do change your mind and do change the behavior, but it will change. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. This is not a clear point, actually, because we tend to have the conversation like we think we control our life, but it just doesn't work like that. You don't control anything. You can't even control your behavior. I mean, the very fact that you experience negative emotions is a proof that you don't control how you feel and how you think and what you do, most likely, most of the time. So the change, the external change, is a reflection of an internal change. And that internal change is not a change in repeating a new affirmation or knowing you don't know already. It's a change on perspective. Is what I'm suggesting you to do. Consider that your happiness is natural to you. And then if you really let go, there's going to be some changes that spiral out of that as if it was a vortex of energy, but you didn't do anything. You actually just stopped fighting with yourself and trying hard and stop blaming yourself. Just stopped doing all these horrible things. You start placing your power outside. You just stop doing something, and that street of perspective opens a vortex of energy that will change the way you think and will change the way you act. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to start meditating. That's what will happen. That's one of the biggest, most important mission I have with this channel. It's not just to go out there and say interesting things. I want to be practical. I'm a very practical person. I don't care about talking about theories or things that are just thought exercises. I don't care about that. Every word I'm saying is to create a specific effect in you, to remind you that you can right now let go. But letting go is not just, okay, I let go. Yeah, that is definitely something you can try. But what you're going to find is that the whole thing gets tight again. And you say, okay, I'm going to surrender. And gets tight again. Do you know how it looks for anyone? I met a lot of people who were, let's call it, liberated. There is this distinctive, their patterns in their behavior, in the way they think, has changed. So it's not because you have to suddenly be very compassionate and you have to sit to meditate a lot. No. Once you kiss in the mouth the love of your life, meaning your true self, it is such a profound shift that you cannot forget. It sticks with you even when your mind goes back to usual. And if that happens, then suddenly you will find yourself ready to do anything you have to do. And then you start picking around your environment. What do I have to do? Ask the question. What do I have to do to live in perfect happiness? And whatever you're going to do after that, I call that meditation. So meditation in here, I'm not just talking about the formal mindfulness meditation and all this on and on, these apps where you just sit. Yeah, that's too meditation most of the time. But I'm talking about the natural meditation, your natural meditation, which is a state of non-doing. Meditation, sitting and doing this thing monks do, and that's non-doing. You're not moving your body and you're not moving your mind. And yes, you have to focus on your breath, you have to focus, that's all toys. That's not real meditation. Real meditation is spontaneous and it's profound. And yet, I'm going to finish this video being very practical because I want to be just another non-dual teacher talking about, your true nature is enlightenment. And of course it's true. But you have to be very honest with yourself. Are you living from there? Because if you're not living from there, then I strongly suggest you to first recognize how you should be living. Try to at least remember a breaking through moment in your life where you felt especially profoundly joyful, happy, peaceful. Remember, don't forget that you live. Don't forget, keep it in your mind all the time. And that, if you keep the presence, the memory of knowing there is something better, it will open your mind. And what will happen? You will start taking action. And how does action looks for everyone? You meditate. And what is meditation? Meditation is non-doing. It's just there are a lot of specific things you can do to do that, and that's why we call them different meditations. But meditation is very straightforward. So work on your joy. Temporarily, it looks like you have to regain it, but you're not regaining it. You're just going back home. Meditation is the path. It's a path. You're just walking it back to yourself. All these games of meditation are just stepping back towards yourself. You're not doing anything. You're not adding anything to yourself. I hope this makes sense to you. And I really hope if you're saying, okay, I know my nature is happiness. Do you really mean it? Okay, start meditating now. Just rest in this moment. Let go of whatever happens in your mind. It's just like a sound in the background. It just doesn't matter. Just waking to this moment as it is. I hope you got value from this video. I hope you did. And I really mean every word I say. I'm not here just to have a controversial video and become an influencer on YouTube or something like that. I don't care about that. I care about real change. Lasting real change in people. That's what I'm here for. So I take the responsibility of saying all these big words of lasting happiness and peace and nirvana and non-duality. Call it whatever you want. So I take the responsibility of pushing people in that direction, because the truth is that most people would experience with generic teachings like books or videos like this, they will experience a certain amount of a taste of it. But you just go back into the old patterns, because there are shadows in our life, things we don't notice that bring us back to certain patterns at work, relationships, money, health, your past, your future. There's certain specifics about yourself. So these teachings can be way more effective if they are done one-on-one. And that traditionally, when someone would be maybe in the position like yourself to realize this is the most important thing that you can do in your life, because there is no life that can be lived fully without that state of peace, that state of understanding, nothing you could do would make any sense. When people would realize that, they would just reach out to a teacher. They would just move out of their village and they will look for someone who could teach them, someone who seemed to have to realize that, and they are living from there, and they will ask for help. Well, I've been meditating for more than 30 years. I have more than 15,000 hours of actually sitting to meditate. I work with world-class teachers one-on-one, and I want to extend this offering to you. So if you're ready to get real, what I'm offering you as a gesture of goodwill is a free call between you and me, no commitment. You just explain me what your case is, and I will try to give you something of value right away. And we will see if we are a match, and we may take a coaching together or not. That's okay. It doesn't matter to me. The important thing is I reach out, and I'm taking responsibility to actually help you. I care more about helping one person than reaching out 1 million people on YouTube. So if you feel that that is you, that you're ready to get real and integrate non-duality, nirvana, heaven, lasting love, excitement, and peace in your life for real, if you know that's a real possibility for you and you're ready, then just go to my website, ricardcoach.com, and send me a message. Hey, I'm here. I think I'm ready. And we will have this free, no commitment introductory call where you explain me what is your situation. Now, hopefully we'll give you already something of value, and we'll check if there is need or if there is value in keep on working together, if we are a match. So just go for it. Don't think about it. I don't buy it. And yeah, you get what I mean, right? From heart to heart. I've been there. And I want you to really fully live what you know you can live. That what you deserve, what you can be experiencing in every moment. I hope you're ready. I hope you recognize that. And by this mean or any mean, take whatever action or non-action you need to free yourself.